What up? What up? What up? Excuse me. Welcome to the Live Game, episode 152. Why does he got a cap on? We ain't even made no picks yet.
Take the cap off.
There go Mr. Professional. Whatever. Thank you for joining us. We are back after what seems like a forever off season, but we are back at this time of year again where football is started, but still in preseason. I don't know if really count that, but it started. We are glad to be back. Like I said, it's been a long off season. Thank y'all for joining us. Before we get started, I want to encourage you to like, share, and subscribe. You can catch us on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook group, The Live Game, on Twitter /X at The Live Game 3, and on Instagram at the official The Live Game. I am Marcus. I don't know if I got to introduce myself. I'm so excited to be back. I'm your co-host on this panel. Joining me on the panel tonight is Herman. Say what up, Herman.
Hey.
Next up, and why are we're not in the right order? Move us around.
I didn't do that.
You did it.
Next up, we got Brian. Say what up, Brian.
Thank you for joining us.
Hold on now.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, we should have practiced. Yeah,
we got to work the kinks out. I don't know. I forgot what your thing was. I mean, my eyesight kind of bad. I got to get some more glasses. And then last but never least, we got Mark. Say what up, Mark.
What's happening? And welcome back.
I got his, but it didn't work. Hold on.
For me, I'm 56 years old. Damn. I'm sorry.
Wow. Well, so we already did the introductions, plug the social media. Who is hosting tonight? We never got that settled. Who's hosting tonight? I'm gonna say Herman. Herman, go ahead. Start us off.
All right. I'll start the season off. All right, everybody. Well, we're back. Like everybody said, thank you for joining us for another season of Delay a Game. We hope to bring you another great season. Hope you tune in and watch. Have some good discussions. We're going to try to make the show. We're going to try to cut it back down to an hour, but, these long-winded dudes sometimes. So we're going to go through some hot topics. We're going to start off with the news. We're going to go through some hot topics. And then we're going to dedicate this show to our AFC predictions for this season. So I'm going to throw it back to Marcus. You go ahead and get us started on the first news topic.
Yeah. Oh, there we go, Brian. We lost Brian. Yeah, we can try to get it back down to an hour, but we'll see how that works out throughout the season. It's a long season. So via NFL.com, Indianapolis Colts running back John Tiller became the most high-profile player to wear a Guardian cap in the preseason during Sunday's game against the Denver Broncos. Taylor was one of a handful of Colts to do the caps, which have been proven to reduce the force from head contact. In April, the NFL announced players will be permitted to wear the caps during the 2024 season in the league's effort to increase player health and safety with an onus on preventing head injuries. Pittsburgh Steelers offensive lineman James Daniels wore a cap in his team's preseason game against the Houston Texans on Friday, while Colts running back Xavier Scott, tight end Kylan Grayson, safety Roddy Thomas, and linebacker Grant Stewart joined Taylor. Our medical equipment guys here do a great job of keeping us informed, Scott said, via the Indianapolis Star. They've done the testing, and I don't know the numbers, but they say it offers a significant reduction in concussions. League research, when Guardian Caps debuted in 2022, said they can reduce head contact force by 10% if one player is wearing them and 20% if all players are using them. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's funny because I noticed, I was like, oh, it's got the thing on, but they painted it, the color of the team. It had the team logo and everything on it too. Yeah, looked weird, but player safety. These dudes want to have a life after football. You can't say you blame them. All right, I'll take the next news story. Minnesota Vikings rookie quarterback J.J. McCarthy will miss the 2024 season after surgery on his torn meniscus revealed a repair was necessary, Coach Kevin O'Connell announced Wednesday. McCarthy injured his right knee during Saturday's preseason game against the Las Vegas Raiders, but had not mentioned any pain or soreness to the Vikings medical officials until Monday. So sit back and grab your playbook, J.J. McCarthy, because you're just going to be studying this year.
Either Aaron Rodgers or 2024.
Yeah. The Vikings are going to be sorry. They're going to have to trade for a quarterback.
Yeah, red shirt season for him this year.
I mean, would y'all really think he was going to be good anyway? They weren't
He was going to be better than
without
Sam
him.
Darnold. He
Yeah,
would be
he's
better than Sam Darnold.
Okay.
Come on, man.
And for all you fantasy football people, I would still draft Justin Jefferson, of course, but maybe a little bit lower than what you was going to do.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to the first round now.
Way lower than what he was going to do.
I mean, but he is still a viable option. I mean, even Kirk Cousins was just throwing up BS to him, and he would just catch it. So
you still got somebody throw. I mean, Kirk Cousins, he's an advocate. He's an advocate
Sam
quarterback.
Darnold still has a strong arm.
Sam Darnold is trash. Come on, we went through this last year talking about him. He's trash. Hot trash.
Yeah.
On a cold day.
I'm not going to argue that.
I will say he probably benefit a year being with San Francisco. He probably benefit himself a little bit. Just a little.
Did you even get any players?
Sam Darnold is trash. Stop it.
Mr. I see ghosts.
Yeah, just stop it.
Man, that was when he was a Jet. You can't keep holding that against him.
Minnesota better go.
He said it on live TV. Everybody heard him.
He did. I don't think he knew he was live, but he did.
How you not know you live? You playing a football game. A Franklin is an NFL football game.
I mean, players say stuff all the time and hope doesn't get on the air.
He said the wrong thing though.
I thought he was the movie 6 Sense. I see.
We'll throw this next story to Brian that he put in the rundown. Well, me and Mark was talking about it pre-show.
Look, don't y'all worry about what I do. The professional gets the job done every time. Except right now, he can't get it to scroll down to the news story. Oh, man. We should have had a practice run, y'all. Let's refresh it, maybe.
Mr. Professional, okay.
And someone told me to just leave my story up, too. All right. Marcus, why don't you more? Oh, here we go.
Let's throw them up. I was going to say, let's go to Marcus.
You know, about to. All right, I'm almost there. I promise you. Okay. New England Patriots are trading 4-time Pro Bowl pass rusher Matthew Judon to the Atlanta Falcons. Per the report, the Falcons are sending a third-round draft pick to New England in return. Judon has been on the trade block amid a contract stalemate. He drew interest from multiple teams, according to the media reports. Wednesday's trade resolves the situation in New England as the Falcons add a significant upgrade to their pass rush. Judon is approaching the final year of a 4-year, $54 million contract and is due $6.5 million in salary this season. He briefly held in during Patriots training camp while seeking an extension, but was recently participating in Patriot practices. Ta-da.
Held in. Wow, okay. All right, Mark, why don't you give us the last news story?
Last story you got is the Los Angeles Rams quarterback, Matthew Stafford, left Wednesday's joint practice against the Cowboys earlier with the Rams. A Rams spokesperson announced the injury to the beat reporters. The extent of Stafford's injury and the prognosis weren't initially clear. Nobody from the Rams spoke with the reporters, expounded on his condition. Stafford was initially slated to speak to the reporters after practice. The news conference was canceled. So I guess we're going to find out whether or not Stafford is initially really hurt or he just got a little bruise. But he didn't report to his news conference afterwards. So it's to be continued.
Herman, tell Marcus to sit up.
What are you talking? I am sitting up.
You just gotta lower this chair.
You get to the center of your screen, maybe.
You kind of like,
like he's hiding.
Yeah.
Our news stories for this week, we have to definitely keep an eye out on the Matthew Stafford thing. I'm interested to see the Vikings have to make a move. They don't have much of a choice. They got to do something.
Are you speaking to your mic, Herman? We can barely hear you.
Oh, for real?
Yes. Now I can hear you.
I was talking. I must have been talking low. My bad. Now I was saying the Vikings are gonna have to make a move because they can't roll into the season with Sam Darnold as their starting quarterback.
Who was their backup? I don't even remember who was after Sam Darnold.
Good. It's on top of tip of my tongue.
Herman, where's Caillou at?
I don't know where he is this year, honestly.
He finished up in Tennessee, didn't he?
Did he?
Oh, did he? I thought he finished in Minnesota, though, I guess.
I thought he was in Minnesota too.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and go into our hot topics. I don't know about this hot topic being hot, but okay. What's your take on the NFL's top 10 players as voted by NFL players? Keep in mind, this survey was taken before last season's playoffs. So I'm gonna read them in order from 10 to 1. Who put this in the rundown? Okay. Number 10 is Max Crosby. Number 9, Travis Kelce. Number 8, TJ Watt. Number 7, Trent Williams. Number 6, Chris Jones. Number 5, Myles Garrett. Number 4, Patrick Mahomes. Number 3, Christian McCaffrey. Number 2, Lamar Jackson. And number 1, Tyreek Hill.
Which is the first wide receiver ever voted to that number 1 in this survey since they've been doing it.
That list is kind of weird. I'll let Marcus, you start this one off.
Well, I think the obvious mix-up, and this is no slight on Lamar, but that's why I also put this was taken before last season's playoffs. Patrick Mahomes was having probably his worst season, which is not that bad because obviously they still won the Super Bowl, and they made it through the playoffs. I don't think Patrick Mahomes should be number 4 and Lamar Jackson should be number 2. If anything, it probably should be reversed. And I would actually, as important as Christian McCaffrey is to the 49ers, I may have him in number 4, Lamar number 3, and then Mahomes number 2. Tyreek Hill, I can see him being the number 1, that important to his team, maybe over Tua. But yeah, even over Tua, I don't know if I would put him number 1. Like I said, this was taken before the playoffs. I think number 1 should be Patrick Mahomes. And I also might have a little I think TJ Watt maybe should be higher. He should maybe be where Myles Garrett is, number 5. Even though he was hurt most of last season, though, wasn't he? Or did he play? He was hurt. Oh,
TJ was hurt for a while, but yeah.
I feel like he's more, and I may be looking into this wrong. I feel like he's more of a more valuable to the Steelers than Myles Garrett is very important to the Browns. I just feel like I would make TJ Watt higher, and Kelce, he best tight end in the league, but he's getting older, and it was an off season for him and Mahomes last year. He's probably where he should be. Everybody else, I think they are where they should be, but like I said, I just have a hard time putting Tyreek number 1 above Mahomes or even McCaffrey or even Lamar. But hey, I guess NFL players, I guess they know better than I do.
Yeah, my thing with this list is, what is the logic that they're thinking? Are they thinking of how the player is just last year? Or are they talking about as a whole, like over a certain number of years' time? Because 100% agree with you, Marcus, that Patrick Mahomes should be number 1. He's the top quarterback in the league. He's been doing it over the few years. But so Darian's saying is basing it off of last year. I don't see how you put. I don't see how you put a wide receiver as number 1 when they were relying on that quarterback to get them the ball most of the time. I mean, Tyreek Hill is definitely one of the most dangerous weapons in the league, but he relies on that quarterback. So I can't see him being number 1. If you're talking about what Pitt players did just last year and looking at what they did last year, then I'm probably going to go with Christian McCaffrey's number 1 because he had an unbelievable year last year. And then Myles Garrett would probably be my number 2. He wreaked havoc last year on games. I'm not going to go through the whole order. I don't see anyone that stands out that shouldn't be on the list, and I don't see anyone. I can't think of anyone who I think should be on the list that's not on there. So yeah, I would just rearrange this order some, but for me, I'd go Christian McCaffrey as number one. If looking at just last year, because honestly, he carried Brock Purdy and the 49ers. Yes, it starts already. he carried Brock Purdy.
So I mean, he's just spitting truth out there. I don't know what your problem is, Helen.
I know. So I'm just telling the truth, right? It's already starting, but he carried Brock Purdy and he carried 49ers, because if you take McCaffrey off that team, you're really not that worried about some of the things that are going on. You're going to shut down Brock Purdy because he's not as good as advertised. So that's where I am. And it's and you know, it's interesting that you see Brock Purdy's not on this list anywhere either. So NFL players don't think he's that great either. Mark, you go ahead.
Well, I mean, if we go with the top 20, he might be on there. I didn't get the
Nah, he's probably not in the top 20 either.
I have to agree with you all on the at least the top 5. You could change that order around there. I would have to agree with Patrick Mahomes being the top 1, especially after you look how down everybody was on him during the regular season. All of a sudden in the playoffs, he turned it up. A lot of that was due from Patrick Mahomes of doing. So I agree with that. You can probably bump up Christian maybe to 2. Lamar goes down to maybe 5. But I agree with you too, Herman. Myles Garrett had a dominant year as a pass rusher. He deserved to be in at least the top 5 taken as far as the voting. And like you say, the players, this is what they voted on, the players. I guess this is their feeling on what their peers are doing and so forth. But yeah, definitely not Tyreek at number 1. I do have a problem with that. But the rest of it, I mean, and you notice there's only one lineman in there. Trent Williams is only in there. I thought that would be very interesting. But he was dominant for the 49ers a lot of times. Purdy didn't get touched on that side when he was in there. But between the top 5,
the ball to Christian McCaffrey.
between the top 5, I've got to put Patrick Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey, Lamar, Tyreek, and then Myles Garrett is what I'll end up putting in the top 5, and then the rest of them fall as it may.
For the record, Brock Purdy was number 28.
Thanks, so like you said, he ain't top 20.
He ain't top 20.
I'm saying, but out of 100, 28 is still pretty good.
Overrated. Brian, what you got?
Yeah, I'm kind of in concert with you guys, except I'm basing it like, I mean, the regular season, I felt like Lamar outplayed Patrick Mahomes, which is why he was the MVP. So when they played each other in the playoffs, now if we're adding the playoffs, then but if we're just doing most valuable player during the season, I'm putting Lamar up there. I'm putting Lamar above him because Patrick didn't have a good season. Neither did Travis Kelce. They got to the playoffs and then they played like the Chiefs play, but the earlier part of the season, I wasn't really feeling them. Now, the only one that I kind of have a little question with too is Max Crosby. I mean, he's good, but I don't know about number 10. I can think of a couple other defensive ends that were more dominant. Nick Bosa. The other one, Marcus.
I actually might agree with you on that.
So I don't know about Max Crosby. But the list overall is decent.
So you're saying you think Lamar had a MVP season?
He won the MVP.
He did.
I know he won it, but I'm asking you, do you think he had an MVP season?
He beat the brakes off of some of the best teams. He beat the brakes off of the Niners.
49. Yeah, Niners.
I mean, he played well. Again, he has these playoff faux pas, but the regular season, Lamar was on it.
Okay. All right.
You thought Patrick played better in the regular season?
No. I just didn't think Lamar had an MVP season.
Who did you think?
But he was the MVP. How does he not have an MVP season if he was the MVP?
He was given the MVP.
Who do you think should have won it? You think McCaffrey should have won it?
No, I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not even going to get into the conversation.
I mean,
you don't think he should have been the MVP?
A conversation.
MVP.
Y'all know who I think should have been the MVP because he had a better season. And we're talking about before the playoffs. He had a better season.
But he didn't beat the teams he needed to beat, and Lamar
Correct.
One or two bad games.
No, the Bills, the Niners, the Dolphins.
I don't know about the Dolphins.
He didn't beat teams that made it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'll stop it.
I mean, I want to agree. I want to agree.
I'm just saying, it's debatable. It's very debatable.
In your mind, okay.
No, it was very debatable. That's just it was.
He was number two. He was number two. So
the piggyback off of Brian's statement, Michael Parsons is actually number 17, which I think he probably should have been number 10. So
Parsons disappeared at times during games too, man. There was a couple games he kind of disappeared. I can't say that I watched enough of the Raiders games, but Max Crosby was always somewhere doing something. There was whole games where Michael Parsons wasn't.
And they required two people to block Crosby too.
How many people you think are blocking Parsons?
It's a few. But there were games where Micah completely disappeared for a whole game. And there were some of the big games like that you talked about, Brian.
Yeah.
So, 17.
I was thinking more Nick Bosa too.
Yeah, Bosa. I could. Yeah.
I think Bosa. I think he was in the. He was in the top 22, I believe.
All right, so let's get into this next hot topic. And like I said, I put this one on, but because we brought it up in the group chat. What are your thoughts on the NFL's new kickoff rule from the small sample that we've seen so far in the preseason? I had to throw that in because we haven't seen a whole lot of it. So, Mark, I'll let you start first. What you think of this new kickoff situation?
They gave this spectacular name, the dynamic kickoff, in between the 30. Right now, I think they haven't really mastered it yet. It kind of looks like they're confused out there. When the XFL delivered it, it seemed like it was pretty nice. They did a pretty good job with it. But I think the XFL had theirs moved up a little bit further, though, 5 yards earlier up than what the NFL does, if I'm not correct. But it just looks like they're just confused. Like they don't quite know what they're doing out there yet. Now it could be they haven't put a strategy or a game plan in on it, like doing an end around or something like that. So maybe that's why it looks that way. But right now I'm really not feeling it because it looks like it doesn't look like they're doing a good job. Now I get it. NFL put it in place to not allow so much downfield running into each other, crashing each other at high speeds. I get it. Another interesting thing about this is that you cannot kick a onside kick until the fourth quarter, and you got to let the officials know that you're doing it too. So that's going to be interesting too. But right now, I mean, it's still early. It's kind of like talk to me about mid-season, and we can talk about it some more. But right now, I'm really not feeling it, only because they haven't really showed us too much on how they're going to defend against this kickoff yet.
Brian?
Yeah, Mark stole a little bit of my thunder about the onside. I mean, the onside kick issue, which is the part of it that I don't like. I don't like the fact that it's only been done in the fourth quarter, and I definitely don't like the fact that you have to tell the team that you're going to do it. I mean, onside kicks were difficult as it was from the jump. So to get a surprise attack on them gave you a better chance of it happening. So I think our chances of seeing the onside kick be successful are going to go down dramatically. As for like how it is right now, I mean, technically the teams aren't really showing you what they want to do. It's preseason. They're trying to be very vanilla. I do think once the regular season starts, I think that these special teams coordinators are going to come up with some things that are going to be very exciting. I do think we are going to get more returns for touchdowns this season, so I'm looking forward to that portion of it. But the having to have to tell the ref, hey, I'm going to do an onside kick is stupid to me.
Marcus.
So I'm pretty much with Brian and Mark on this. This whole you got to tell the refs you're gonna do an onside kick and you can't do it to the fourth quarter. That seems I don't know. I just think that's dumb. And a lot of it doesn't always happen, but a lot of coaches they'll do an onside kick at a just a random amount of time. Like I know Sean Payton's good for doing that. I guess he won't be able to do it now. He has to wait till.
Remember, we did
won a Super Bowl for it.
Yeah,
we did in the Super Bowl before.
Yeah,
who's we?
Pittsburgh.
Man, nobody cares about that. I was talking about the Saints did it in the Super Bowl.
Steelers did too, apparently.
We did it first.
Yeah. Did y'all win that one?
Shut up, we didn't.
And I don't know. When I was listening to it, I was watching the preseason game, and they were explaining it. I was like, man, this seems hella complicated. Like, it's on 25, if this happens, on 35, if this happens, then you're on a 40. Then like it just seems like a whole lot. I mean, we'll see, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to normal next year. This might be just a year they're gonna try it out, and we'll see. But it just seems very complicated, and the whole you can't do an onside kick to the fourth quarter just seems weird to me. I'm not a fan at this moment. I might change my mind. Right now, not a fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off judgment on it, and we will probably revisit this later on down the line.
Look, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's on the hot topic. We have to.
No. I'm gonna give an opinion, but what I'm saying is I'm not gonna give a strong opinion on it. Is what I mean.
Okay.
I think that it's actually gonna be a good thing if teams kick the ball into the zone like they're talking about. I think that special teams coaches are going to come up with some things. You could even see if you watch some of them where there was a gap that was there. If the returner got there, he was gone. You know what I mean? But he just couldn't get there in time. But for the safety of it, I think that the NFL is going to probably stick with something like this. So I don't have a problem with it. We watched a lot of sports and we always talk about, the NFL is getting soft and stuff, but they're doing studies on these dudes and these dudes, you think about it, they're out of the NFL age 30, 32, if they're lucky, if it's that long. These dudes. Just
Marcus, let Marcus do his thing. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And we're talking about dudes who like AB, who are mentally gone because of football, and they're in their 30s. So if they want to make the game safer, I think as fans we should learn to accept that and not criticize it so much. So I think if they do it right, it could work out good. The only thing is, I agree with all of you. I don't like the onside kick thing, but I think the reason that they have that set up this way is because when you look at the formations, you have to do a different formation to do an onside kick. You can't possibly do that formation and do an onside kick. I don't think. I don't even know how that would work, in all honesty, because I think.
Yeah, so that was a question. So if they do an onside kick, does it go back to what we used to?
I don't know. That's a great question. I guess hopefully we'll see that at some point. But I would feel like it would have to, because how are you onside kick like that? They're like what, 10 yards apart?
Yeah,
I think.
And you can't move until the guy catches the ball.
Yeah, so I don't even know how. So you would almost think you would have to change to it.
But that whole concept would have to be thrown out basically for the onside.
Yeah, you'd have to go back to the oath. So maybe that's why you have to announce it and you have to tell the officials and they got to spot the ball right. So
correct.
It could be all that. So, but it's like give it a chance. It worked in the XFL. We got a returner off of it for Dallas, so it's probably going to work in the NFL. It's just going to take some tweaks and changes. So. We'll see. We'll definitely revisit it, though, later on and see if maybe our opinions have changed about it later in the season. So, all right, let's get into our AFC predictions this year. So this is our AFC prediction show. We're going to go around the room. We're going to start with the AFC North. You give your full lineup for the AFC North from division winner to last place, and your records that you feel like they're going to have this season. Anybody want to volunteer to start?
Let Mark start
I'll
since it's his
off.
division.
Yeah, it's his division. Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
All right. So I'm gonna start from the bottom to the top.
Okay.
I've got the Cleveland Browns finishing last in the division at 5-12.
Bullshit.
I've got
It's a family show, Holly.
Sorry.
I've got the Baltimore Ravens finishing third in the division at 11-6. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers finishing second in this division and making playoffs at 12-5. The winner
Which quarterback is doing this?
The winner of this division, let me get mine out, will probably be the Cincinnati Bengals at 13-4. Cincinnati Bengals wins this division 13-4.
All right. Okay.
And which quarterback gets y'all to this record?
The one that's starting. Whichever one is starting.
So both of them can do it. It's not a problem.
Correct. Both of them can do it. Correct.
Okay.
Is this with or without Ayuk?
This is with Ayuk. It's a done deal. We just waiting for him to settle out all this other bull crap that San Francisco got going on. It's a done deal.
They said the last one, San Francisco was going to resign him.
Ayuk is coming, baby. He's coming.
I mean, what could the hurdle be that San Francisco, they're that close, but San Francisco already has a deal in place with Pittsburgh. That's crazy. I don't think they.
Ayuk
waiting
killed
on
the
him
deal with
sign.
New England.
Yeah, I heard that.
So
Did it? They waiting on Ayuk to sign the deal.
No, I thought. Oh, so what, y'all? So no, they said that. They said that the 49ers have a deal, but there's only one small hurdle for him to stay with them, not to come to y'all.
Yeah.
So y'all need to find out what that contract is and jump that hurdle. That's what you gotta do.
He coming, man. Come on, Ayuk.
All right, I'll take the next one with a more realistic predictions.
Hey, Herman, I knew that Joe was garbage when he's talking about Cleveland.
So I'm gonna start from bottom to top too, and I do have the Cleveland Browns actually finishing last in the division also, but with a more realistic record of 9-8. Okay, I got the Steelers finishing third with an identical record of 9-8. I got the Baltimore Ravens finishing second with a record of 11-6, and I have the Bengals winning the division at 12-5.
You one game off of me, but you got to win.
So, but Pittsburgh. Sorry, y'all. I started to put y'all a little higher, but I was like, nah, y'all got.
Hey, you still gave us a winning record though. So
yeah, that's the only reason I gave it to you, because Mike Tomlin figures out a way to get that. So,
so is T. Higgins? He's still with Cincinnati, right?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay.
He's still
there. All right, Brian, what you got?
All right, so me and Herman are a little closer than pie in the sky over here. Also, I have the one emblem Pittsburgh Steelers at the bottom of the barrel at 9-8. 9-8. I think it's too much controversy at the quarterback position, and I don't see either one of them doing the job that they need to do. I have the Browns at 11-6. Number 2, the Baltimore Ravens. They do take a step back. 13-4, still a good season, but I'm also with Herman. I got to give it to the Cincinnati Bengals. Long as Joe Burrow stay healthy, I got the Bengals at 14-3.
So we all agree Cincinnati.
I think the Bengals are going to be on this year.
So far, yeah, we do. Let's see what Marcus has.
Okay.
So look at mine, and I don't know. I do this every year. You would think
every year.
I would be a fan of a team that's in the AFC North as much as I pumped them up. Because when I read you these numbers,
he's going to pick the Ravens. He got the Ravens. I'm already telling you. Go ahead.
So, my bad, Mark, and I didn't mean for it to work out like this, but it did. I got
it is what it is, man.
I got the Steelers at 9-8. Still got to win a record with their last, and they don't make the playoffs. I got the Bengals at 12-5, and actually 2-4 in the division. I also had the Browns at 12-5, 3-3 in the division. And I got the Ravens at number 1 again, 15-2, 5-1 in the division.
Gee, Mo Minute.
See, that's why I stopped using.
Losses.
That's why I stopped using the predictor. That's why I stopped using it.
Why?
Because man, you get these crazy inflated records.
I mean,
like,
when you gotta go back and look at it and say, okay, that's a little ridiculous. Let me change some of these.
Yeah, but here's the thing about by the time you do all that, like I don't you know, I almost went through every team. I'm not going back to all them things.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't use it, man. I just used my expertise this year. I kind of looked at last year's stuff and
Is that what you know when you said that in the group chat, and I'm gonna say something really dumb right now. When you said my expertise, why I Googled a site called my expertise?
I wouldn't tell nobody that one.
Oh,
I thought that was a new site you were using. I didn't know you.
we do need to find another one because that site does suck.
Oh man! All
That's all we
right,
got for right now.
we're gonna move on to the AFC South. I kick this one off. I'm gonna start from bottom to top once again. I have the Indianapolis Colts going 7-10. I have the Tennessee Titans going in third place, going 8-9. Jacksonville Jaguars coming in second in the division at 10-7, and I have the Houston Texans winning the division with an 11-6 record. Brian, what you got for the AFC South?
Okay, we are a little different on this one. I don't have as much confidence in the Titans as you do. I have the Titans at 2-15. I have the Colts at 7-10. Hoping that their rookie quarterback who got hurt last year can do a little something this year. I have the Jaguars at 10-7. I'm sorry. I have the Texans at 9-8. I have them taking a step back this year. Cinderella season they had last year. I think it's going to be a little tougher. Competition is going to be paying more attention to them. And I have the Jaguars winning 10-7. So just beating them by a game, but taking the division.
All right, Marcus, what you got?
Yeah, like Brian, I don't have any faith in the Titans at all. I got them 2-15, 1-5 in the division. I got the Colts at 4-13, 1-5 in the division. I got the Jaguars at 8-9, 4-2 in the division. And I have not lost faith in the Texans. I don't believe it will be a Cinderella season. I have them at 14-3, 6-0 in the division.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Marcus got them win the Super Bowl. I'm telling y'all right now.
Yeah.
Marcus got them win the Super Bowl.
I think you're right. All right, Mark, what you got for the AFC South?
I think we agreed about everybody agreed except for one on the Titans here. I got Titans finishing last at 5-12. I've got the Jaguars coming in third at 8-9. I've got the Colts coming in at number 2 at 12-5. I've got the Houston Texans winning division at 13-6.
13-6.
Oh, that's a lot of games. That's a lot of games. 13-3, you mean? 13-3?
13-4?
Why I got 6 though? What? 13-4. I'm sorry. 13-4. Right, 13-4.
They must
That's
got
still a
Just
whoa.
basic math, Mark. It's just basic math.
Now my 4 was covered up. I'm sorry. It was
I
covered
need
up.
you to stop using the predictor too, okay?
Somebody's questioning that 13-6.
We all questioning that one. Oh man. All right, this one ought to be interesting. Let's move on over to the AFC East. Brian, I'll let you start this one off.
All right, so we all know that the Pats are in rebuild mode. New coach, new quarterback. I don't see it going too well for him. 2-15, and I had to search for those 2 wins. I have the Jets, Jets, with Aaron Rodgers and all their turmoil at 9-7.
What turmoil they got, Brian? What turmoil they got?
They got turmoil with the defensive guy wanting to get out, wanting a new contract.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They're arguing over if he should play in the preseason or not. The coach don't really care for the quarterback. It's a mess over there. It's a mess.
But I'm gonna need you to have the Jets play one more game so they can have the right schedule.
I said 9-8.
No, you said 9-7.
9-8.
That's okay.
9-8. I had to clear my throat. 9-8. Got the Dolphins at 12-5, and I have the Buffalo Bills. This is the last run, Buffalo. This is it. 14-3.
With what receivers they doing?
With no Stephon Diggs.
And they still got Josh Allen.
Who he throwing to?
Right.
He can run it. He can throw it and run it to himself. Okay.
All right, Marcus, what you got for the AFC East?
All right, so AFC East, I got 3-14 for the New England Patriots, 0-6 in the division.
Where'd you find that third game? I want to know.
I got 11 and I got the Jets at 11-6, 3-3 in the division. I actually have the Bills at 12-5, 4-2 in the division. And I got the Dolphins at 12-5, 5-1 in the division.
You got the Dolphins.
Who is he throwing to, Marcus?
Just mean who's
12-5. How is he getting 12 wins? Who's he throwing to? You just asked me that question.
Well, that's like you said.
12-5.
He can throw to himself.
You're awful. You're awful.
All right, Mark, what you got for the AFC East? Can you give me something more realistic, please?
East, I've got New England finishing last, 4-13.
Where you find 4 wins?
I've got
Jesus.
Jets coming in third at 7-10.
That's it.
They're the
I've
wins.
got
They're
Buffalo in number 2 at 10-7, and I got Dolphins winning division at 11-6.
So you got the Bills taking a real step back this year.
I got the Bills taking a step back. Yes, I do.
You got the Jets taking a step back too. I mean,
I could agree with you on that.
Too much turmoil, man.
Yeah, you're right. It is a lot. It is a lot.
Y'all. Okay, let me give y'all the real order of the division. Okay, because y'all tripping, man.
We already know you're gonna be a hater.
He
Bills
got New
last.
England winning it.
Bills last. That's what you're gonna say.
I got New England at 6-11. All right. I got Buffalo at 9-8.
They took a real step back.
They did because I don't like the trade of Diggs, and I don't know where their offenses come from. Like they don't even have a run game. Did they pick up any run?
They definitely had a run game, Herman. We watched it.
I got Miami at 10-7, second in the division. And come on, y'all. The Jets are going to be at least 12-5 and win the division. Aaron Rodgers is back. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't go down,
40-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
If Aaron Rodgers doesn't go down,
and you didn't say 40-year-old Tom Brady, so why are you saying 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers?
Hate the same. How many rings Tom Brady got? How many rings Aaron Rodgers got?
With the defense that the Jets have,
yeah,
the Jets won 7 games last year, y'all.
Yeah,
they won 7 games.
Yeah.
Okay, and I got them 11-6.
It is not unreasonable.
Mark's the one that's hating on the Jets.
I got to win 7 games again this year. Yeah.
But it's not unreasonable to give them 5 games with Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry. Like, as bad as the quarterback play was last year and they won 7 games, I just got them winning the division. So that's more realistic, I think.
Over Miami and Buffalo.
Yeah, definitely over Miami. And I just don't like the direction Buffalo is going in. You know me.
What don't you like about Miami?
I'm not bought off
What
Josh
don't you
Allen.
like about Miami?
They're second in the division. I just think that New York's going to be better. New York has a better defense.
You got them making the playoffs?
Who, New York? Or Miami? I guess we'll find out when we get to our playoffs, won't we? All right, moving on to the AFC, the last division, actually, the AFC South. East.
West.
Yeah, that's what I meant. North, South, East, and West. Marcus, I'll let you start this one off since your favorite player plays in this division.
All right, so it's as much I hope the best for Antonio Pierce, and I do think he would turn things around. It would not be this season. 5-12 for the Raiders, 2-4 in the division. For the Broncos, I do like what I'm seeing with Bo Nix, but it's one preseason game, 8-9, 2-4 in the division. The Chargers, no Staley anymore. We got Harbaugh there. I expect them to do I ain't gonna say a lot. Well, yes, they'll do a lot better without Staley there. But I still only got them 9-8, 2-4 in the division. And of course, I got a bounce back year for the Kansas City Chiefs, a three-peat this year. Well, I'm not giving away prediction, but that looks repeatable.
Yeah, we already know you're picking the Texans, so we know you ain't picking them.
15-2, 6-0 in the division.
Woo!
All right, so I'll give mine for the AFC West. Oh, and Marcus, we will not call him Bo Nix. His name will be Bo Callahan.
I'm glad I know where that's from too. I know where that's from.
Oh man!
Like I said, it was only one game. He looked great, but it was only one game preseason.
Yeah, we'll see.
They didn't come to his birthday party, Marcus.
Right. So in fourth place, I have the Denver Broncos at 6-11. I got the Los Angeles Chargers third in the division. Huh? At
even Jim Harbaugh?
Yes, because it's gonna take a year for them to kind of what's the word?
Gel.
To his style and everything, and learn the offense. This would be what's his name's fourth or fifth offense, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. So I have the Chargers going 8-9. And Marcus, believe it or not, I have the Vegas Raiders going 10-7. I think that team's going to buy into
Who
Pierce.
is their quarterback?
Minshew.
Yes, exactly.
No, it's Minshew and the dude from last year.
Aiden O'Connell.
O'Connell. Yeah. They are going to buy into Pierce. They're going to buy into Pierce.
But like Brian said, but who is their quarterback though? That's the problem. That's the problem.
The Raiders won.
I believe their defense will be good.
The Raiders won 8 games last year and finished second in the division. That's why you can't always use that predictor. They can't always use the predictor. That's why I'm not using it no more. A 2-game swing, that's not too much to ask for. Depending on who the quarterback is, but
you said they won 8 last year.
They won 8 games last year, and we're second.
You got to win 10-7, going 10-7 this year, or 11-6.
Yeah, 10-7.
Okay.
So they could go 11-6. So I gave 10-7, and then in first place I got the Kansas City Chiefs, and I got them going 13-4. I can't give it. I'm not giving the 15. I don't know anything about 15 this year. So that's my AFC West. Brian.
Yes.
Did you go already? I couldn't remember who it went.
Y'all have way more faith in the Raiders than I do. I don't see them doing well. I got them at 3-14. The Broncos.
So they lose they lose 5 more games than they won last year.
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
Yeah, because I think the division is going to be better this year. The Broncos again. Not feeling it. Not feeling the quarterback. Thinking Sean Payton might be too big of a task for him to be successful. 3-14.
Okay,
Kansas City.
Real quick. Speaking
Chiefs.
of that, you talking about that's too big of a task. Would you think New Orleans was garbage before he got there? Come on.
Yeah, but he didn't have a rookie quarterback.
That's true.
The Kansas City Chiefs. I think they take a step back this year. I think that because they've been playing so many games, going to the Super Bowl 3 times in a row, I think it's going to be very, very tough. Only one that's ever done it was the Patriots. So, and then the Bills, but they lost them all.
Did Brian freeze up?
Yeah.
Brian froze up. Mr. Professional froze up again.
So, well, we know you had the Chargers.
So he had the Chargers at number 1.
Yeah,
he had to have Chargers number 1. Yeah, because he can't sit at number 2.
He must have really thought Harbaugh's gonna turn things around, boy.
You give yours, Mark, and hopefully Brian can get back in.
All right, so I think most of us agree, except for Brian. I don't think the Broncos are gonna really come out of that basement in that division. I got the Broncos at 2-15. I got the Raiders identical season as of last year, 8-9. I've got the Chargers at 11-6, and of course, I've got the Kansas City at 13-4, winning the division.
Now, Brian, what did you have for the Chargers?
Oh, I had the Chargers with Harbaugh. I'm drinking that Kool-Aid. I'm feeling what he's doing. I think they're going to have a fast start. I think he has the right quarterback. I think they have. They don't have the same weapons, but they have younger weapons. Huh?
Who's he throwing the ball? Who's he throwing the ball to?
He can go to whoever. I mean, at this point, they drafted a couple wide receivers. So,
and Allen's gone. Keenan Allen.
They got
Allen's gone, and
they got
Williams is going too
from college. They got a couple of young species out there.
Yeah,
receivers.
What was the record you had them at, Brian?
Oh, I had them at 14-3. I mean, you gotta have one, Marcus. You gotta have one. You know,
it's a big one. I don't know if mine would have been the Chiefs. I mean, the Chargers, though.
I just feel like the Chiefs are going to not be. I mean, they struggled last year and they finally got it together at the end of the season. I just don't think you can keep doing that magic each year. I mean, Patrick Holmes is a beast, but I don't know. And then they lost their wide receiver too.
And they got two fast ones too.
Yeah,
they got Worthy from draft, and they got Brown, Hollywood Brown also.
He's hurt though. He might not start the season.
And then with all them, what do you call them? What's that girl name? The little singer.
Taylor Swift, the Swifties.
Yeah, all them Swifties. Yeah, it's too much stress, too much drama.
All right. So what we're gonna do now is I want you to just give your wild card teams and your division winners in the order, their seeding order. We're not going into who beat two in the playoffs or anything. I think we'll do a separate show for that one. So
7 teams make it, right?
Right, 7 teams. I'll start. I already got my order. In case y'all need to look at y'all order. I got the Raiders as the 7th seed getting into the playoffs on wild card. I got the Miami Dolphins, and the Raiders were 10-7, just a reminder. I got the Dolphins at 10-7 as the 6th seed in the wild card. I have the Baltimore Ravens at 11-6, and they are the 5th seed. I have the Texans as the 4th seed, 11-6, division winner. New York Jets as the 3rd seed, 12-5, division winner. Cincinnati Bengals, number 2 seed, 12-5, division winner, and the Chiefs, the number 1 seed, 13-4, division winner. Mark, who you got?
I've got the Ravens at 11-6 as number 7 wild card. I've got the Steelers at number 6 at the 12-5 wild card. I've got the Colts at 12-5 wild card. Division winners have got the Dolphins at 11-6, Kansas City at 13-4, Cincinnati division winner 13-4, and the Houston Texans at 13-4. But I got to agree with Marcus. I think the Texans are going to go 6-0 in the division.
You got the Texans as the number 1 seed.
Yep, number 1 seed, the Texans. Yep,
I can see that.
Okay. Brian, what you got?
Yeah. All right. So I got the Dolphins, the Chiefs, and the Ravens all as wild cards. I got the division winners, the Jaguars, the Bengals, and the Chargers. And then, of course, I have is that it? Oh, yeah, for the wild card, right? We're not doing it. Well, Buffalo's my number 1. Buffalo's my number 1.
Who's number 1? Okay, Buffalo's your number 1.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Wow, Buffalo. You on that circle the wagons bandwagon?
I am. I just think that they're gonna have to give it one more shot because I think after this year they're probably gonna blow it up.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. You got Josh Allen still young. But
no, I'm not saying Josh Allen. I'm talking about the coaching staff.
Oh, okay. All right, Marcus. Let's see what kind of madness you got. Because you usually predict.
I do be having some madness. I ain't gonna lie. Look at these numbers. It's great.
Y'all remember that year he at Cleveland?
I don't have anybody in the playoffs with less than 12 wins.
I mean, that could happen in the AFC though.
Herman, you can't prove your point about this daggone prediction.
I told y'all, man.
Go ahead.
But the problem is you start doing it, and then after you went through a whole bunch, you don't want to go back and change.
Yeah.
So okay, so I got at number 7. I got the Bengals at 12-5. At number 6, I got the Buffalo Bills at 12-5. Number 5, I got the Browns at 12. Number 4, I got the Miami Dolphins at 12-5. Number 3, I have the Texans at 14-3. Number 2, I have the Chiefs at 15-2, and number 1, I have the Ravens at 15-2.
Yeah, those two right there, you should have revisited.
Yeah, that's wild right there, bro. That's wild.
I want to know who you picked when they play each other.
I picked the Ravens.
Okay.
That's one of their 2 losses that the Chiefs got.
Oh shucks, we doing good.
Yeah, we done got through the predictions. That's it basically.
Season has started.
No, I want Mark to go over his Steelers. I want to see this predictor in the Steelers.
I can't. I just printed it out, so I can't.
Oh Lord,
I can't give you.
But I don't know, but we do this every year. We can go over the games. Hold on, let's go over the games. Let's go over the games real quick. Where the Steelers at?
Why y'all trying to make my show run over right now?
We do it every year. We got like 4 minutes. Okay, Mark. Week 1. First the Falcons at the Falcons.
Oh, we winning that one.
Win.
That's what it is.
Week 2 at the Broncos.
Win.
Broncos, we winning that one.
Week 3 at home versus the Chargers.
We gonna lose that one.
Lost.
Really, I picked y'all to win now. Week 4 at the Colts.
We gonna win that one.
Week 5 at home versus the Cowboys.
We gonna win that one.
Big loss. Big loss.
Week 6 at the Raiders.
Win.
That's a
We gonna
loss.
lose that one.
Yeah, I think that's a lot. I got that's a win too. At home versus the Jets, week 7.
Loss.
We gonna win that one.
I'm gonna get him that one. That's gonna be.
Herman, you just told us how good the Jets are gonna be.
Yeah, what I'm saying. I'm gonna give him that one though, because it's an upset.
Okay.
Week 8 at home versus the Giants.
Win.
That's a win.
They
That's a
better
win.
win. You lose that one. Woo.
Week 10 in Washington versus the Commanders.
That's a win.
That's a
That's a
win.
win.
Week 11 at home versus the Ravens.
We gonna lose that one.
Loss.
Okay.
Wait,
Week
they're
12
home or they're away?
They're at home.
I think that might be a win.
Wait, when is that?
Week 11.
What is that? December? What month?
I think
is
it's
that?
like October.
That's October.
November.
That's October. Oh,
That's
yeah.
November. That's November. That's November.
Yeah.
That's probably a loss for the Ravens. So that's probably a win for the Steelers.
Week 12 at the Browns.
Ooh.
We gonna
At
win
the
that
Browns, I think that's a loss.
one. We win them. We win it.
It's a loss.
Week 13 at the Bengals.
We lose that one.
Loss.
Okay. Week 14 at home versus the Browns.
We win that one.
Week 15 in Philadelphia.
We win that one.
You beating Philadelphia in Philadelphia.
We win that
Yeah,
one.
they winning that one. Who's their coordinator?
We winning that one.
Week 16 in Baltimore.
We winning that one.
You're beating them in Baltimore.
Yeah,
We
I
beat
don't know
them.
about all that.
We normally split, Brian. So shut up.
Okay.
We winning that one.
You need to flip those then.
Week 17 at home versus the Chiefs.
We losing that one.
Week 18 at home versus the Bengals.
We winning that one.
You're not winning that one.
So that puts
So
us
did
at
you-
12-5.
You're not winning that one. You're not
We'll
winning
see.
that one.
We'll see.
See, we did that still under an hour.
Yeah, we still got a minute to go, Herman.
Wow.
Well,
So y'all ain't giving no final thoughts. Then. All right.
We just
but,
glad football is back. That's what we.
Yeah.
That's our final thought.
Definitely. We'll go around the room. Just something quick you might be excited to see with the season coming up. I'll start with you, Mark.
I'm just happy to have football back right now. Nothing. I mean, other than my team with their quarterbacks and Brandon Ayuk coming to the Steelers. That's the only thing I can be excited about right now.
Brian.
I'm just excited to defend my championship in the fantasy league this year. I just
Let me ask you: Are you drafting, or you do auto draft?
I'm auto drafting.
Really?
Man,
Yeah.
I
Well,
swear.
the 1 year I auto drafted in both leagues, I was in the championship game at both times.
Ain't he
Both
something?
games.
Ain't he
So,
something?
yeah, I'm auto drafting. I'm dumb. I'm a dumb GM. So
Well, I'm gonna say the thing I'm looking forward to. Of course, fantasy football. I always love fantasy football. I'm just hoping we can have some better Thursday night games this year. Because the Thursday night games, they were bad last year. Like,
That might be a good hot topic for next week. We go over the Thursday night games and rate how they would think they're going to be.
Yeah, you right. A lot of them.
idea.
I was asleep by halftime. You right.
Yeah,
You right.
bro. They were. Look,
That's
I was
old,
too.
not that
And,
they were born.
right.
Hey, you can asterisk all
Right,
you want.
absolutely.
Asterisk all you want. And still they got that championship, baby.
All right, Marcus. Give us your final thought and then take us home.
Well, what I'm most looking forward to is I'm just glad football season is back. It's that time of year. Also glad, even though I don't play these games anymore, it's good to see Madden back. The Madden just came out, I think Monday, the new Madden, and I think a week or two before, NCAA came back for the first time in I think 11 years. So it's a great time to be a football fan. So I'm just glad it's all back.
All right, well, that wraps up our show.
Did you get one? Oh, you did get one. Okay.
I get one.
You just didn't listen to it.
Yeah, I was sold out.
That wraps up our show. Marcus, go ahead and take it home.
Before we get out of here, I want to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook in our Facebook group, Delay of Game. We're on Twitter at Delay of Game 3 and on Instagram at the official Delay of Game. We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace. We out.
Peace.